Reggae interviews. Word sound power.
We are here at the Buzwakk Studios in Brixton with the man himself, Dapparize, aka Bucky Jo. We first met around about 7-8 years ago, and his work, both as an artist and producer, it continues to go from strength to strength. His works continue to uplift the UK music scene, and he has a brand new album out called Different. It's good to be here once again at the new location. How long have you been here?
From since last year now.
Okay.
Last year, yeah.
Okay.
Last year.
Because I think the last time when we met, that was over at the Arches around about 2018.
Yeah, that's right.
So
since like a year ago, we've closed down from there now, so we're gonna relocate. But I'm just here temporary for the time being.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
but still making good music, same way.
Of course.
Of course.
The sound, you get me? The sound travels with us, you know them really.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I know that we've got this brand new album that's called Different, but before we get there, let's start from the very top. The early years, where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in the UK, grew up in the UK. Spent a lot of time in Jamaica as well. You know, I grew up with my grandparents first, and then I went back with my mother and father at an age when my grandparents started to get sick.
Okay.
Yeah, so growing up in the UK doing music as well, I used to play sound system. You get me? Because like from church, you know, you're playing in the church and playing a part of the church bands as well, and in the choir as well, and then, you know, we'd be in the back of the church listening to sound cassettes.
Yes.
On our Walkmans, they get me at them time there. So we fell in love with sound business from a young age as well, you get me? And we then developed and started to build our own sound, you know, as young youths, building our own boxes, you know, then getting daddy's records as well. That he used to have his little component sound in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, see me? So he would be playing all these Dennis Browns and Bob Marleys, and his favorite artist was Peter Tosh. So he would play a lot of Peter Tosh in the house because he was one of them Rasta revolutionists, Rasta them, you see me? So a lot of the teachings that I got was from him, life teachings, you know, and that was very important to me on my journey in life within the music as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think when we sort of look at your works, both as a producer and as an artist, I can see that there was definitely a strong family influence just from the type of meds that you sort of put out.
Yes, definitely. And also just being, when I was playing sound system and I was playing all of these great songs, I would be clashing with my brother in one room. You know, we'd be clashing. He'll have a turntable over there and I've got a turntable in the next corner, and we'd be playing tune for tune. And it's just bare of these artists that were playing that I never knew I would even get to meet. You know, it was like the first time I meet these artists, it was like a dream come true. Like really and truthfully, because I said growing up and learning these artists, playing their music, falling in love with the music, and meeting these artists in real life now through studio, and the transition from being a selector to a producer, then you know, transition to being an artist as well. You get me? So it was a big experience, you know, lovely experience meeting these artists and getting so much teachings from them as well. You know, so much teachings. As well.
Yeah. You must have been quite young when you first set up the sound, Black Hawk.
Yes, I was still in school. I was like 14.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like 14, you get me?
So music really kind of like caught you at a very early age then?
Yeah, definitely. I said to you, we was very musically inclined from even going to church, because we was part of the bands, and I was like playing the bass guitar in the bands. I was learning bass and playing guitar in church. One of my brethren, them Longers, he plays a song called Martial Art Movements. He was like the drummer. You know, then we were in the church, so we had a little band, and more time, you know, while they having lunch and them time, we be upstairs vibing and playing Panana rhythm and answer rhythm, do, you see me?
Yeah.
So we was getting, as I said to you, was musically inclined then way from even church, you get me? And then we went on to, as I said to you, sound system again. Different experience again, because we're actually learning music now. And that was something that I see is very important, and it's not, nowadays, people don't really learn music. They just get music so freely, so there's no time for them to learn who produced it, who played drums on it, who did harmonies on the songs. When we was getting records and we was buying records from the shop, all the information.
You look at the back of it.
The record, you know, them way there, even who distributed it. So all of these things is good that we went through this time here and that journey that we could learn music as well, you get me? And even nowadays, we still learn the music, you see me?
When you sort of look back at those sort of like early sort of experiences when you were growing up, how do you feel that those early experiences shape your outlook and sound now in 2025 and beyond?
I'm always with the old school, and if you notice, to the music I produce, you get me, it's more reggae and old soul reggae, you know them way there?
Yeah.
So nowadays, what I've been doing is mixing it with the new sound, you know, that new revolution sound, you know, that way there. So I've been getting more inclined into that, even though we're making songs now and we're recording songs, producing songs. It's the old school feel, but with the new sound.
With the modern elements.
Yes, sir. You see me?
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about Black Hawk, because I'm really interested to know. What sort of sound was it? Was it a juggling sound? Was it a clash sound?
At them time there, when you're young, competition's in the thing.
Okay.
It was always in the thing, you see me? As any young person that was playing sound system them time, they would know that from you have your sound on the block, there's a sound on the next block.
Yep.
You get me? I deal with it. So it was always competition. So we was a juggling sound, it was more juggling sound, but yes, we would be involved in a lot of clashes as young sound as well, because we had to prove ourselves them time, because you had young sounds like Outlaw sound was a good young sound at time there. You had a sound called Pegasus. They was like one of our main competitions at that time, because we come from the same area. You get me? So and then you had, there's lots of little sounds in the community, you get me, and inside of Brixton alone, you get me. Then you had Stockwell had their set of sounds, and then Mike's Feeling. So it was always competition when the young, what I don't see happening even nowadays a lot was young, like under 18s raves and stuff. I don't see a lot of those things happening for the kids, but we had a lot of fun them time there.
Yeah.
So every time we play, it was always competition, you get me. And I can tell you this, we was up there. We was always up there, you get me. And then we had a next set of sounds them over the west side, and them sounds, they were tough. You had a sound called Rough Touch. Then you had Silver Star on them, and then you get me, these guys were the fires over there, sir. So we're firing over, yes sir. So there's time when we had to meet. You get me?
Yeah.
And always remember having a clash with a sound called Rough Touch. Bad sound in them time. Big up them youth, they're still from them time. They with a clash over our side. It was in Brixton, it's like in our hometown. You get me? And we got the better of them, obviously, because it's in our hometown. You know them way they did play good, and then Silver Star was there on the bill as well. So it was a clash, and we obviously get the better of the sound them on that day there, because it was in our hometown. But when we had to go over there,
different story, I'm guessing. Different story.
It was a whole heap of palaver. I remember as youths, it was all running up and down in the place. It was all a madness, you know, them way there, but it was always a musical vibe. You get me? And you get me? It was lovely them time. As I said to you, them time, the music was nice. We was juggling as youth, them. It was entertaining for the young people, them. And, you know, we was like, every girl and boy them time, they wanted to hear our sound. Black Hawk, you know, them way there. So big up Juice anyway. He was the mics man and the sound. You get me? I was like the selector.
Yeah.
But we had this kind of combination with this lock the place as youths them time there, you get me?
Yeah.
Different chemistry.
Yeah, and I think back then there was probably a lot more sort of like competition, in the sense that being able to access music on vinyl, it could be that your sound might actually get that pre-release that comes through.
Definitely.
The other sound may not.
That was happening regular, because like as I said to you, I sound in the same community as Pegasus. We was always rushing, like we would always have competition. You can get to the record shop before.
Cool.
You know them way there. So we don't want to make them get the stink rhythm and get the whole full rhythm before us.
Yeah.
You know them way there. I'm the same with them, you get me? So it's whoever get there first, because sometime when you go to Black Hawk shop them time, you had a brother named Don Angelo. He was not easy for deal with.
I know Don Angelo.
Them time they not easy for deal with. So when you reach the shop them time, them man the face screw up. What you want? We have no player there. Them man the face to screw up. What you want, brother? Which one of the new song them, you know them where it was always difficult to deal with, you get me? But he's a good brother still, don't get me wrong. You'd always slip something and say, all right, see one yes, so you get me, new thing, and you get me, because he know the competition was happening in the community as well. You see me, so it was all good. You get me? Blessings, good teaching.
I mean, Black and Dread, I think that record, so I mean, I have some great memories of going there in the 90s. Man, history. And there was always a good vibe on a Thursday, Friday, when the new music was coming in, and there was literally people queuing up to get into that little shop on Cold Harbour.
100%. Them time we were the little man, so we was at the back of the queue. Okay. Yeah, but it was good. It was a good experience as well, you know, them way there. And them time there, you'd have some man there that buy like doubles. You get me? So they will always come and help me out and say, yo, you get me? You never get this on the rhythm. So you get me? So it was always nice. I said to you, them time they was more friendly and more loving amongst us as playing sound. Not to now, I see a bit too serious now, you know them way there? Yeah, within the sound clash culture, you get me? But I think it's getting there, it's getting back there still, and it's also building back, and I love the what's happening right now within the sound clash culture. Definitely.
Yeah. What sort of challenges did you face when you were sort of like obviously building up that sound, and you know, in an industry that, you know, I think has got such a big heritage here, obviously, you know, when we take it all the way back to the Windrush days, as a young sound, what challenges did you face?
All right then, I'll be honest to you. When you're young, it was like you had to wait in the sound, like when you're going to play a dance. It was always the big sounds then. I could tell you say enough clubs right now, like back in the days when there's a club called Ivory Arch. We was like the first sound them to play in that club there.
Okay.
Remember, we as the first sound and Dropsy them, you know, I can't remember them, but Dropsy Deep Clarity. We were like the first youth them playing in that club there. And we built the club. But when the big man, when everybody see us build a club and the big sound them start coming now, we was no longer like the main selectors or the main residents at this club now. It was like we was getting pushed out. Now, I see this happen like many times, you get me? So that was one of the fights we had to face, you know, them way. And again, as you're young, you get me, and you're going on big man sound, they want to turn down the bass and them something there and turn the sound down. We experienced a lot of that because none of them couldn't out juggle us as youth them. You get me? Because you had Wassy selectors like Alan Brando and them youth that was bad. You get me? And we was always playing, and when we playing on sounds, the bigger sound they couldn't manage. We always out juggle them. Okay. Always, you get me? So we had them little fights there, but them wasn't something again, it's teachings again. You get me? I just look at them things as teachings, you know, them way there. And experiences that enough of the youth them don't even go through right now. You see me?
That's very true.
They don't go through these things there, you get me? So they won't learn these things, and they won't know these significant things in the music. What means so much to us, you get me? And I think it's damaging still, but it can build. I always have hope, you know, them way there. Definitely.
Yeah. And then from the Black Hawk sound, somewhere you then ended getting into production and the formation of Buzwakk Records. I think that was around about 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
How did that change or transition come? Because I think that, you know, playing sound and then being in studio in terms of production, that's a big jump.
All right. I remember the first time going to studios. We was cutting dub. We was always cutting dub plates, I said to you, from young. One of the first person that bring me to a studio was an artist called Super. Never forget, he's a bad artist within the community, you get me? And Daddy Freddy.
Okay.
Not Daddy Freddy, Tenor-Fly. You get me? Daddy Freddy was always about, and we linked him from young, and you get me? But Tenor-Fly was one of them two man, it was the first man that bring us into a studio. I never forget that. And then, that was just like, they was voiced us few dub plates at the time, you know, them way there. And as I went into the studio, it's like I fell in love with the studio, like that's the whole vibe of the studio, you know, them way there. And then Johnny Osborne was the next person to bring me into a studio.
Okay.
Yes, and when we voiced Johnny Osborne on dub. And we voiced him at G Vibe, the studio. And then being around G Vibe was the next teaching. And then there was a studio on our road called Top Secret. With Mark Top Secret. So I was around Mark like nearly every day, because Johnny Osborne was always in the studio, and I was there every day, so I was learning so much, and he was showing me little things, and I was learning so much. Also, was going to G-Vibes and the same thing, learning so much from these guys, you get me? But I was just one that just sit down and observe so much. I would sit down and just wait patiently until him say, yo, press a button and you know them way. So, yeah, so I was always just watching and observing and watching the vibe, the artists, them learning the thing. So it got to a stage now where I was so in love with sound business, but then I remember Ellis said to me, you know, say, you're gonna lose love for the sound thing, you know, but you're still gonna be in music. I remember him saying that to me as a young youth. A brother named Curly, he was a bad selector as well. And I remember him saying that to me as a youth. He said, you know what, you're gonna lose love for the sound business, you know, but you're gonna still be in music.
Music.
I always remember that. And the transition came, but I always remember that. And he said to me, and I was like, playing in a dance, and the vibe just wasn't the same again. To how I learned to play music, to what I had to adapt to playing now, it's like I'm playing to suit a certain set of people. You know them way there, and the real people that come to hear real music, I can't get to play for them and for myself as well. You know them way there as well.
Yeah.
You know them way there, cause the music is for everybody. You know them way there. To share that whole vibe with everybody was breaking down, because you had Fire Links them coming this time and Mataran them coming this time. And to me, big up them on the scene where we know them and we love them, but I think that's when the transition came within the music, you know. I might wouldn't go on to play a Dennis Brown and start his round with a Dennis Brown, or you know, it would just hype. A man would start his round with Cartel and Mavado or somebody, you know them way there, just to keep the hype going.
Yep.
You know them way there. And if I come in and play my run and I'm starting with some veteran, some foundation what I learned from, and this is how we learn to play sound. You know, and I see that love dripping away from it, and I was like, wow, my love started to just go away from that dancehall and reggae sound class scene, reggae scene, whatever you want to call it at that time. You get me? It was just like in the music, but the vibe wasn't there again for the sound. So I started to make some of the young selectors I had on the sound. I made them kind of take over the sound and start playing the sound. With a youth named Tommy T was bad, Sharnado, bad selector again. You know, Langers, I said from Marshall movement, like they was more taking over the sound at the time, because I was like losing that. But then I started to voice the artists them, because I started to build a little studio in my house now. I had a bedroom and my mum just gave me that room, just go and do your music in there, you get me at the time, because my brother had just passed, you know, he got killed, and this room that we had was like a spare room in the house, so I started doing, putting up a computer, they had a laptop started with, and then some speakers, and then I just started voicing the artists that was around me, because I love art. I always had artists around me.
Yeah.
Always.
So these people like real African?
Yes, real African. Ricky Sprocket, Soros, these youth, them were bad. They was always around me from the day one, from playing sound. You get me? This is even before I even met real African. You see me? This is even before I met real African and we even formed Buzwakk. So I always had these artists, because I was always voicing these artists. I would always be at G-Vice studio with these artists and voicing them. They were like our artists, because like in them time there, every sound had their artists, especially the young sound them. Every young sound had at least one or two artists.
Yep.
Yeah, so we had a crew around us at that time called Fright Night Crew.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, so we had Wolfer and Soros, who was called Black Rhino at the time. Ricky Sprocket, Troublesome, he had a big song at the time, garage tune at this. So we had a little vibe around us as well. You know them way there, as I said, with the artists, and so we was always voicing them. But then the transition came, we started putting, I had this little room now, we started voicing the artists them in the studio, this little room here, and that's how I started to learn. You get me? And then I started to make rhythms, and the little experience I had from church and playing stuff, I just, you get me, piano, keyboard, and whatever, I would just started to put all of that together, you know, them way there, and that's how it kind of formed. But I had one problem at the time, was the sound. My biggest problem at the time was the sound for a long while as well. And I was wondering why my songs them don't sound. I can't get that sound. And I always listen to one song. and I tried to get the sound to that level, and it was a King Jammy song, and it was a Yummy Bowler song, Isn't She Lovely? I just loved that song. So I was always trying to balance my song to get to that level there, and I was trying so much and trying so much. And one day, one of my producer brethren is an artist as well, he's named Clay, bad artist, bad producer, entrepreneur in this thing, trust me, in this music, trust me. Big up Clay anyway. Clay said to me, "You're the problem. So your ears mix the music, you know." Because I'm just looking, it's all visual. Remember, everything says visual to me at this time, you know. You know, could play a sound, we're picking up and it's all visual. But he's saying to me, it's your ears that mix the music. So he said, the first thing I can, this the only advice, because I can't mix the song for you, you gotta do it. But the first advice I can give you is drop your speakers to your ears level. I had my speakers way up.
Way up.
And from I dropped it to my ears level, that was
Game changer.
The game changed. The game absolutely changed from then, because then I developed my own sound, and it only got better and better with every production I did, until I found the right sound where people said, that's it. And then I kind of kept that sound, you know, going through the years. You get me? I might tweak it a little bit here and there, but I give thanks for finding it. And I give thanks for that one advice was just, your ears mix the song.
Yeah, because I think one thing that I've always noticed is that when we hear a Buzwakk production, it does have that certain sound.
Yes,
a bit like, you know, if you listen to like an Exterminator production or a Penthouse or something, they all have their individual.
That's the right. That's right.
It's the same with Buzwakk as well.
Yes,
you know, when we hear one of the rhythms that you send through, it's always a joy to listen to it because it's got a different sort of edge to it.
Yes, sir.
Different to all the other producers.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Where did the name come from, Buzwakk? Something that's always troubled me. Buzwakk Records.
All right, Buzwakk Records is something that, all right, you had an artist named Triumphant, and he had a song called I Am a Buzwakk Warrior, and from that, it's like me, African, would just say, Wagwan Buzwakk. We see Triumphant, Wagwan Buzwakk. So it was just a thing that just started from there, you get me?
Okay.
It created from back in the days, what to go and learn about Buzwakk, you get me? And big up all the people that know their history, you know them way there, because you will know, so the Buzwakk, there was some Marmite warriors from back in the days. So we the name just developed it just like that. I mean, African just said Buzwakk, and that was it. You get me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Somewhere within this journey now, you've now transitioned from playing sound, production, and then developed yourself as an artist in your own right as well. Was there a particular moment? Was you know?
And
was
other artists as well.
And other artists as well, of course.
These are things we don't really mention in interviews and these things, but there's a whole heap of artists we help develop around here.
Yeah.
And around the world. That's the honest truth. You get me? A whole heap of artists. We play a part enough. Not that some of them mention these things, but we can gladly mention these things. You know them way. There's not something we're trying to prove or anything. Just a love of music. You know them way, and we can share the vibes lovingly. You get me?
Yeah, yeah. Was there a particular moment though for you personally when you said, yes, this is what I'm meant to do? DJing is also one of my callings.
I was always in love with the artist thing as a youth. You know them way, I was always trying to sing out by myself, and you know them way, they're in the car now, you get me in the showers, you know them way, as a youth, same way with this singing. You get me, I'm DJing, trying to DJ like Supercat, because Supercat was my artist them time there.
Okay.
I just had a different love and rating for Supercat, you get me? And so I was always DJing in them little style there. Even when I was playing sound, I just DJing, but I wasn't really the one. I was very shy, so I wasn't the one to go out there and take the microphone in the dance and take and DJ. It wasn't me. I just be, if we're in this house and we're having a clash, I'll take the mic and DJ one thing, you know them way there. But I want to go out there. I'm never that guy there.
Right. Okay.
Remember, I was the shy one, always the shy one. You get me? That's how I was the selector. You get me?
Yep.
But the vibes came to me now. One day I was in the house and I was always vibing and African. I'll be vibing African. You get me? But the artists that we had around me at the time, I was limited to the artists that I had around me. You get me? So Enough of them used to play go on like their star. You know, the true I got a little studio and nothing ain't really big, and they go into big studios and say, yo, come and voice a song with me. So everybody's kind of shunging me off for them time there, you know. Africans like, what I'm to you, man? You can DJ, you know. Got DJ 2 songs for yourself, brother, and stop run down people. You get me? Like, and I said, for real. And he said, yeah, man. One day I just waiting today and they started to this DJ. I put on one of my rhythm them and I just started to this DJ and he said, see it there? You see it there? And then he kind of taught me how to write. And he taught me a method of writing, you get me? And rhyming as well. Not even just the writing, he was always teaching me bars and 16, 8, and he was also teaching me how to DJ, change keys and tones at that time as well, because he was actually, like, I'm teaching other artists these things, you know, but he's teaching me, you get me? Yeah. Because he's an artist and he's experienced these things, and he's still teaching me a whole heap, you get me? So I give thanks to my teacher, Real African, in the DJ thing, definitely, you get me? You get me? And just started to make songs, you get me? I just started to make songs. I remember making the first song with a song called We Got Swagger, a little dancehall song at the time, and the impact that this song gave within the community, I was like, wow. It went in one charts and it was top of the charts for like 6 weeks, and you get me, like, that's when everything I knew so I could do this.
You could do this.
The problem was now, because I just transitioned from a selector to an artist, it was hard to get the selector to play my songs. Because they're more looking, he's a selector, man, he's a guy in this DJ thing now, you know, them way there's like wanna be very matter or whatever, you know, them way there, but it's just the vibe I had at that time there, you know, them way there. And I just took the whole transition to producing and being an artist. Yeah.
When you look back at some of those earlier songs, how do you feel that your sound and message have evolved over the years, going back from those early songs that you were voicing to now?
Definitely, because under the journey teaches us a lot, you get me? And some, I can tell you some, when I was making music first, I was making some nice songs with the girls and thing, and you get me, because we was always a girls man them time there, but we was also making some angry music, if I be honest to you. And the reason why I say it was making angry music, it was true what we was going through at the time, the community that we was in, growing in this community that we're growing in. Them time I just losing my brother as well. So there's a lot of anger in me. So I was making a lot of angry music at that time there. But learning life and growing in life and the journey teaches us so much. You get me? That's why some of them songs I don't even take them down. I leave them up there. You get me? Because that people can see where I've transitioned and they can just see the change within me. Like I'm making the next change within my life again. You know, I kind of kept myself isolated for a very long time. You get me? People's not really seeing me out. I'm not partying so much. I'm just living a more quiet, a humbler life around my children them more. You're getting more inclined with life itself, you know, the air, the sun, you know them we're there. You get me, God himself, you get me, getting more inclined with myself as well, learning myself more, you know them we're there. So I've been isolated for a long little while, for a good like year or so now, not been doing much.
Okay.
You get me, I'm going anywhere, but just learning life and learning my journey and my purpose in life, you know them we're there. Because I find myself living out of myself and doing some things that's not of me and not of mankind. You know them way there. So I had to be real to myself and find back myself, because God take away some things from us sometimes. And some blessings where he give me, he take back from me, for me to understand what I have, and the purpose I have here. You see me? So it's like I was on a reset now. That's how I feel, like I'm on a reset now. So this whole new album I'm doing different. People will hear it. They hear it.
Yeah.
If you listen to the album, just you see me, it's worldwide now. So let's tune it up. You get me different.
I mean, I think that, you know, your last album, which was, I think, what, 2018, Reverence.
Yes, Reverence.
Big album, still gets played on the radio.
Yes,
you know, songs like the Baba Boom, the big song with Christopher Ellis,
big song.
Set Up the Sound, Easy, so many big songs on that album. And even the label itself, even though in recent times you're saying to me that you've been quiet yourself, you've still been putting out rhythms, so rhythms like the Red Label, the Henny and the Grabber, the Guiding Star, the Click. That list of productions is long.
Definitely. It is, and sometimes I look at my catalogue, even the other day I was with my publisher and we was going through the catalogue, and it's like, wow, she's like, wow. And it's getting more and more as well.
Bigger and bigger.
You get me? So I'm giving thanks to the experience and all the artists, and that's, you know, giving me strength within the music as well.
Yeah.
You know, big up every artist, you get me?
I mean, like some of the artists that, you know, we've had on the Buzwakk label, artists like Anthony Johnson,
Yeah.
Bunny Lye Lye,
Yeah.
Real African,
Yeah.
Queenie the Empress,
Yeah.
Christopher Ellis,
Yes.
Claire Angel, so many big artists.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we've had quite a lot of veterans, a lot of artists that are still sort of, you know, doing big things, but they've been there from the foundation. So people like Little Roy,
Yeah.
Mikey General,
Yeah.
Junior Cat,
Yeah.
Errol Dunkley,
Yeah.
Harry Toddler, Little
Yeah.
John. There's so many people that you've worked with.
Yeah, man. And it's been a big experience, trust me. It's a big experience. And I said it's a musical vibe, because sometimes, what is the joy about the music? Sometimes we don't even plan to even make these songs. It's just the vibe that's in the studio at the time.
Yep.
And a lot of artists can tell it, and producers, you know, a lot of the hit songs that I've seen, that I've listened to on interviews with other producers, and said, listen, it just
wasn't
a vibe.
planned.
It wasn't planned, you
yep.
know, and that's what I started to experience myself. A lot of the songs we made wasn't even planned. You get me? And that's the next joy about making music. You get me? It's got that spiritual, mystical thing about it.
Yeah. Running a label, though, I mean, it takes creativity from your own sort of mindset, but also there's a business side to it as well.
Yeah.
How do you balance the two, the creativity versus the business side of it?
Wow, that's a whole next thing again. You get me? Because
because I kind of feel as though you know, you Dapparize, aka Bucky Jo, you're wearing so many different hats. You know, you're working as an artist yourself. You're working, producing other artists, up and coming and elders. You're putting out rhythms, distributing it to DJs. Sounds across the world, voicing dub plates, videos, promotion. A lot of things going on.
Video, I just started to do editing now as well, man. I started to edit a few of my own videos that I've been doing, so getting that experience. So that's the next thing I've been doing, added on to everything you just said. So it's time, innit? And as I said to you before, I never had a lot of time to myself because I was so distracted. I had so much people around me. You get me? So nowadays, I find a lot more time. You get me? So it's, a teacher once said to me, you know, I had a teacher in the school and I never used to like this teacher. He used to annoy me. I remember this teacher, his name was Mr. Griffin. But leaving school, it's like, even to now, I can only remember what he taught me. And I never used to like this man. But one thing he always said every time we come to class, he said, good organization leads to success.
Wise words.
And I never ever forgot those words, and it's amazing because that's all I needed, just to be organized, and I just try to get organized within what I do now, more and more. As I said to you, because I got more time, less distraction around me. I just focus. You get me? Because after my mum died, I went through a big tumble. Like everything went on a spiral for me. Like you get me? Went like it's going all downhill. So. Again, that was when the transition came in, and that was the time. So yeah, time now. Drop everything, time for you. Because I was about to go into mental depression. I was so much things was happening, you get me, like within my head, you get me? So I had to get a grip on, I got a lot of children, and these children, I got to be there for all of them. So these is things I had to put myself together, grab myself together, you get me, before I ended up doing things I didn't want to do, you know, them way there. And remember them, and remember the love, because love is a thing that conquers everything. And I just have to remember that word there from my mum, love conquers everything. You know them way there, brother. So you give thanks to get me.
Yeah. You've always been someone that I think has always championed supporting and developing upcoming artists, especially in the UK. What are the things that you look for when a new artist approaches you to want to work with you?
To me, I don't really care how good or how bad the artist is, but I look for humbleness. Nowadays I don't have the patience again to work with the egotistic ones then. And I spot them out very quick. When they approach me, I'm quiet. And I'm gonna be quiet for a good hour. But that whole hour, I'm listening to everything that comes out of your mouth. because I've got to pick who I work with and how I work with people now. And the humbleness is something that it works good with me because I'm a humble person. When I'm working with egotistic people, I find it very difficult.
You clash?
Very much.
Yeah.
If it's business, it's just business. All right, pay you, do your song, get out of here. That's it. But if it's something that we're doing as a project and I'm trying to build an artist, it's different.
Yeah.
You get me? Because this is I tell you, this music thing is mystical. You get me? And it's love that does this thing. And if I see they're not gravitating with that love for the music, which I have, you get me, with the humbleness, I'm gonna find it difficult. You get me? So I look for that straight into an artist. Especially nowadays. Before, it was different. You get me? I was just freelancing. Come in, give me a song, and let me see what you're going with. And you know, then way there, artists will come in and bring an artist and say, yo, remember you in bad, you know? And I bring him in and voice him. I don't do them thing there again. You get me? Because back in the days, when I learned the journey that lots of these other artists had to take just to get into the studio, I started to notice that these youths have too much easy access nowadays. They cannot just put a laptop in their room, as I said to you, and build a studio and start voice and put out a song. They don't go through these teachings. You know them way there? So these teachings teach us principle within the music as well. You get me? It's just not, you have to appreciate this thing here. Being a part of this music is very important. You have to appreciate this music here. And that's what a lot of them don't do, because they get it freelance. That's why they can sing any and anything on the music, because they don't appreciate this music. And this is a heartbeat thing, brother. This is the heartbeat. So that's why they have to mind the messages what they're sending within the music.
Yeah.
They will. Some of them will learn still along the journey. You get me? They will learn. So what? You get me? I said there's hope. I always say hope.
But I think, you know, when we look at your sort of like the camp of artists that we know will be on some of your productions and things, it's like there's like a core group of artists that we know are always going to be featured. And I think that having that core group of artists also gives your productions that distinctive edge. I mean, some of those rhythms that you bring back, they're not kind of like your ordinary rhythms as well. You know, when I sort of look at rhythms like the Happy Vibes, Slim Smith rhythm, I mean, I think, from memory, I think the last person that built that rhythm before Buzwakk did was Top Cat, Nine Lives, Joe G's.
That's right, Joe G's, yes.
But it's one of those rhythms that doesn't get brought back every few years, not even in Jamaica. So you kind of have even like things like the Guiding Star rhythm. It's not one that you tend to hear being done over again and again. You know, so I think that, you know, you've got like this. I mean, you've got this ear for bringing back certain rhythms.
Because I'm always listening to music on a daily, dada. You get me? So I'm always listening to some old songs, and some vibration that comes to me is crazy sometimes, you know them way there? Because I'm like, nah man, that rhythm there have to come back. After people have to hear back them vibing, you know them way there? Like it's just, it's the love it with after it, same way, you know them way there? It's just kind of natural still within the thing now still, you get me? Because we're doing it so much as well, you get me? It's a vibe, and I said to you, enough of the artists around us, like Lye Lye is a big inspiration sometimes. He just showed me some different things. Like, he got some different ways of working around the thing and showing me, say, yo, boom. And a lot of things I learned from him, so much. But there's a chemistry that I have with this man within the music. I'll have to give him his full 100% ratings. Enough time me and him cuss, and him cuss me and him cuss all the while, you get me? But it's music that, you get me? And you get me, it's nothing personal, it's always, I said to you, it's part of the journey. And it's just learning oneself, you get me? And learning to as I said to you, when we're working with each other, sometimes when we have this love and this passion for it, just, you get me, sometimes it can get conflicted. You get me? But it's just the love we have for it, you get me? You see me? So me and this man, as I said to you, we got a chemistry where it's just like, it's unbeatable to me. And you get me? It's like, yeah man, big up Lye Lye every time, man. Yeah man, respect.
Earlier this year, you also put out an album, a great album with another elder, Anthony Johnson. The album was called Behold. So it just seems as though Buzwakk is just going from strength to strength.
Yes, sir. And it's crazy because the album was in the making for a little while. But as I said to you, so much distractions, you get me, at the time, you get me, but once we got that peace of mind, you get me, the album got completed. And the vibes we're getting back off of the album was great.
Great.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
You get me? Very, very good. We did the video with him and Randy Valentine. The whole Million video should be out very soon as well, him and Bonnie Lye Lye as well.
Okay.
That's a nice song that's doing good right now.
Right now. Yeah.
Place as well.
Yeah. And then here in 2025, with everything that we've just talked about that you've been doing, you've also found the time to deliver a brand new album yourself, Dapparize.
Yeah.
The album is called Different.
Different, yes sir.
How would you describe the sound and mood of Different? What sets it apart from your previous works?
I just want it to be different. That's all I can say. It just was like, I had a different state of mind. Everything was becoming different now. And when I done the song with Errol Dunkley, that's the first song on the album. Give thanks to Errol Dunkley every time. Because enough people don't know this, me and Errol Dunkley born on the same day. You get me? The 7th of February. So we just got a different, as a next Ella where he has a different love for me.
Right, okay,
you get me? I can ask that man for anything. You get me? Like he's one of them artists that will look out for me.
For you, yeah.
Show me and teach me a lot of things as well. Young like Jimmy London and say, but when he blessed me with the song, it was like, this is the change. Even the way I'm DJing on the song was different to how I'm usually DJing. You get me? So that was the first song I know. So this album I'm gonna do is gonna be everything I do on this album. Every song I want to be different from what I've been doing. Even the way I'm making the rhythms, building back some of the old rhythms and revamping them, it was just different. You get me? Even the way I'm voicing and even to the way I'm the spiritual messages within the music as well, you know, I just kind of getting a bit more deeper as well. You get me? And deeper, and that's what everything's different about the album.
Yes,
sir.
I mean, the album itself, I mean, you know, we've had a bit of a sneak preview, and obviously you released the song Different late in 2024, featuring that big veteran Errol Dunkley himself. Again, the rhythm, the way you built that rhythm, it's got your signature sound to it.
Yes,
that's all I can say.
Yes, that's the thing again. You get me, even the way we changed the drumming and stuff on the rhythm as well, because they was like surprised, and that was the key. Like I said to you, that's why I said it started there. You get me? That whole different sound now. You get me? It's still Buzwakk sound. You can hear the Buzwakk sound, but the way I revamping the stuff then was different. You get me? I think one of the things I think I can hear on record, but also just talking to you today, just working with some of these elders, I can see it brings so much of a joy to you as a person. Definitely, man. I don't think working with the young artists bring me more joy than working with the old artists, because of their experience which they've had within this music here. You know, passing down that experience to someone like me, you get me, where I can pass it down to the other youngers, you get me, that's keen to learn about that part of the music, you get me, which is very important. You know, yeah man, it's amazing.
Lyrically, the album itself, you know, it definitely feels like it's from the heart. So when we look at songs like It Won't Work, it just feels like it is almost like autobiographical.
Yes, my brother, because as I said to you, I was going through a whole heap of thing at the time, so that was just coming from within me, that whole pain, that the depression I'm going through, and stress and losing mum, and you get me, and looking at the world different, you get me, looking at everything different around me, people different, you know, them way there. That's how it comes.
That's how it comes, yeah. And even songs like Crying, talking of self-reliance, overcoming those struggles.
Crying was a song that, alright, you see Crying, I started writing that song there, the first verse of that song that I started writing within the COVID time, believe it or not. But I said, I'm not writing no song for the moment. Because when the moment, I noticed that in the music of a lot of artists is, as anything happens, they write about it and make a song about it. But then when that time passes, that song becomes like a dead song. It's shelf, it's gone. It's you get me? I'm not making music for that. I'm not making music for the moment. I'm making music for the future, to live on. You get me? To keep living. The message, it's a message music I'm making. So I decided to say, I paused on that song there. But then when I was doing the album, I said, yeah, this song's gonna be different. And this song's a song that we're going through, and the people in my every day are crying. You know them way there? The pressure is hard on us all, and the pressure is hard on me at the time as well. You get me? So that was a song, again, I just gave everything I had in that song there. So they get me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
The album itself, I mean, you're known for your roots, reggae, dancehall, but also it explores other music genres. So we're looking at hip hop, Afro, Straight Bullet. What a song that is with G Vibes.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard that rhythm, I was like, whoa.
All right then, this is amazing again. Straight Bullet is a song where G Vibes voiced that song for me on dub plate when I was like 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Many years
ago.
When I was playing sound, he voiced that song there on dub plate for me. I'll never forget.
Okay.
You get me? And when G Vibes called me one day and he said to me, yo, the album, what I go on? And I said, yeah. You know what's me for the song in the Vibes? And the man said, yeah, man. Definitely Bucky Jo, because he's always, for me, that means my teacher, that you get me, one of my teacher, them, and it's just like, he said, all right, then with this book a day forward on the studio. And I sent him the rhythm. I said, I got a vibe for you now. But remember that old song you done Vibes? I'm gonna do something with that song there. I love that song. I always love that song there, you get me? So he forward and done the song. But before he came, I already had lyrics already. So what he done just matched to what I was doing as well, you get me? So it's like, you get me, just combined it that way there, which is a joy again.
Joy again.
We got G Vibes again, you get me? Ella, my teacher, one of my teacher, them, definitely.
And then we see a different side to Dapparize now, the song called Hey Girl.
Yeah.
Different energy.
Yeah, different than Afro beats. That's the next artist I've been working with for many years. His name's Kofi Blacks. Yeah, a Ghanaian artist. Good friend of mine as well, you get me? He was always part of the Buzwakk camp from it started. Me, Real African, and the rest of the artists, then, you get me? So, but he's always working and doing other things, so I will never get to see him as much as I usually we did at the back in them times. But we just had a vibe, and I just said to him, yo, and again, that was a song that I was making from when I was in the other studio. There was so much distractions, and then I said, when I come here, it's just a different vibe now, you get me? So we got to complete the song, and that was, I like the song as well. People that kind of gravitate to that one towards. As well, you get me? A different kind of spice from what I would usually do, and kind of the Afrobeat dancer kind of style, you get me? Yeah, man.
And that's a little bit like Blood in My Eye.
Yeah.
Little John, the song that Little John did, I think, was that for Fatis back in the early 90s?
That was right.
Something totally different over a drum and bass or jungle rhythm. Yeah.
All right, now, you know what, I've never done a jungle song or drum and bass, never. And I said to myself, let me try and make one. They get me? And the first thing I got the Little John, they get me? And I made sure I called them as well and said to him, yo, I'm gonna use your voice for us, and I'll sample your voice for bang, bang, bang. And he said, no, man, you do it, man, and I said, you know what I mean, you're good, man, and you get me? And then I ended up using that, come back with blood in my eye, come back, you get me? So that's how I kind of started it. And I was thinking, what? Because at first I wasn't building a drum with that sample. I wasn't gonna build a drum.
There's something else cooking.
I was making it over a hip hop thing. They get me the sample, and then I was like, then the vibe wasn't there. It's like, no, this is not the vibe, you know. Just hadn't had that vibe. And then this whole vibe, this whole drum and bass vibe came to me, and it's like, I never made one. Let me go and try it. Let me try it. And then the first started drumming start. I said, wow, this is mad. This works. This is working. You get me? And it just went on, and I played a little piano in it and stuff. And then on the remix, Daddy Freddy, it's not out yet, but it's soon be released as a remix with me and Daddy Freddy. Okay. You get me? Daddy Freddy's on it as well. A few other artists as well. You get me on the remixes. I'll let you know sooner. When it comes out, you're gonna see it. You get me? But the song just came from then, and then I always had this, I said to you, this Super Cat vibe, and there's a Super Cat song that I remembered from back in the day, and I kind of got the vibe from that song there. You get me? And I said, let me revamp back that song there, and all the way there, and I just went into it. It all started to work, you get me?
Yeah. In terms of like songwriting, what's the approach? I mean, I feel as though the Buzwakk Collective, I think that you probably end up vibing together in terms of putting lyrics together.
Enough times.
I don't really feel it's like something where you just sit in a corner and just pen and paper. I think it's like that collaborative.
As I said to you, because sometimes I've said to you, we don't plan to make a lot of the music, you get me? And I said to you, so this happened in the moment. So our next man over there might give you 2 lines in your song, and next man give you 2 lines, or the next man might say something real that mad and you put in the song, you get me? So that's a song making the studio more time. But me and Christopher Ellis now, we do a lot of writing. You get me? We like have little writing sessions amongst ourselves. You get me? Because we're always trying to evolve within the music. You know, them way there and find different words and different ways of saying words and different metaphors and stuff. You get me? So we spend that. You can hear a song that we had with Christopher that we just released where he's rapping. You get me? A lot of people were surprised to hear Christopher rapping. You get me? But I said to you, when he came to the studio, I had this beat that I didn't really pay much attention to, and we was in there, we was writing, and he's like, bro, I've got some bars, you know, for a little rapper, because I said we would write for different people. So I was like, he's on a vibe, like he's writing for a rapper, you get me? But he's writing about the old school style, and he's like, wow, and I said, put this in it, and I'm like, you get me, but it's writing, and to get me the vibe, is just building and building.
Build.
And he said, I'm gonna do the demo. And he did the demo, and we were sending it to like few of the rappers them, like, do you wanna take on this song? And they was like, let him do it, man. He should do it, man.
Okay.
You get me? They was like, nah, man, make him do it. He sounds good in it. You get me?
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Something different, Ellis. You get me? And it's always good to be different. You get me? You try different things. You get me? And that's exactly how the album comes. I said to you, different. So just kept on doing different things, and it worked.
It works.
It worked. You get me? So it's just different approach to writing. We just have, because I'm like always writing now, and I'm like lately I'm always reading. Yeah, I'm reading now, even if it's the newspaper, I make sure I get the newspaper, and I'm always reading. You get me? Finding different things what's happening, and you get me, just mystical vibes as well again, you get me? Different books I'm reading and stuff as well, you get me? So always trying to keep more inclined to life, as I said to you.
The song with Christopher Ellis, that's a big song on the album as well, Dancehall Currency.
Yes.
Big song.
Big song again.
Again, one of those foundation rhythms that we don't hear coming back very regularly often, but the way that you've built it, it sounds totally different, the hot milk.
All right, that rhythm was built by my brethren Doyan in France.
Okay.
Yeah, because I said to you, we done the album, Music Links is part of it, so we collaborated and done this album together. So they built that vibe there, and when I first got the vibe, I was like, wow. I said, yo, this is crazy. You get me? So I was like, oh my days. And as the first as I put on the rhythm, I was like, I gotta find something right away. I said, man, put on my pants and my shirt and my socks, I'm ready for the road, come here, dance out, look on the long big song, string up. And I was like, this is it. And that was it. I just went into that, I just voiced it straight away by saying, no, I need a hook for it. I need a hook. You get me? And I said, Ellis, fool when I come to the hook. You get me? Listen to me. Fool, and he said, oh my God, this is mad, you know. And he said, we're getting a vibe. I said, we're writing together. So we just quickly matched up the hook, you get me? And he just went in and done the hook. You get me? We're trying to get some other artists to feature on it, but it's like, the vibe was just for me and Ellis to be on that. You get me song, I'll be honest to you. You get me? Because we did approach some other artists to get features, but the vibration of life was just like, no, this is for you and Ellis, you know them way there. Again, that's like that video that I done was like the second video I edited. So when they see the video, that's like my second video edit. You get me? So just getting more skills as well, and learning the editing part of the video and stuff as well. You get me?
I mean, I think it's definitely a very, very strong album. It's a great way to end the year with this big album.
Yeah, man, definitely.
2 songs that I think summarize and sum up really who Dapparize Bucky Jo is. Big song called Lion Force.
Yes.
Featuring Bunny Lye Lye.
Yeah, man.
And another song called Food for Eat.
Yeah, man, definitely. The Lion Force one was just a vibe where Johnson saying, yo, we have to have a combination of the rhythm, you know. And I'm saying, yeah, for real. And again, that original rhythm there is a Jah Thomas rhythm. You get me? It's a Jah Thomas rhythm. And I said to him, Jah Thomas, I'm gonna lick over one of your rhythm them, you know. And he said, yeah man, do your thing, my son, you know, just, you know what to do. Them man left out them publishing, you know, them son, them part. They said, don't worry, Dada, man, everything up to scratch, because we are business people, you get me, so. I build over the rhythm, I just love the vibe. So we're sitting there and we're cranking and I'm thinking, but they're not really paying much mind to me, but I got a vibe in my head, you get me? They ain't really paying up much vibe, they're talking about what they're talking about, some old school thing like they usually are, you get me? So me and then I was like, the rhythm just banging to me. I'm like, what am I gonna do? What? Hook, Lye Lye, Johnson, you two are gonna do the hook, you know? And say, yeah man, I got it in my head. Stepping when we're stepping with us. I'm like a lion, I'm stepping with us. So I said, Lye Lye, you're gonna do that part there, sir. Johnson, you're gonna do that part there. So I was like, I'm just orchestrating the song before it's even started to voice. You get me? So they went in, and then from Bunny Lye Lye touched the thing. From the man started the intro, and the man went, lang la 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 la. I said, wow, this is gonna be, I just knew in my heart, this is gonna be a banger.
Yep.
From the man, the first words were out of the man's mouth. I said, this is gonna be a banger. I just know this. You get me?
Yeah.
Before I even put any lyrics on it, before African even put any lyrics on it. So they done the chorus now. By their voice, you know, I'm already got my vibes already, you know. You get me? I got my lyrics, my first part of my lyrics. But same time, by their voice, I'm saying African, never a mad thing, you know, forward on the studio. Cause African, I was up on the road doing things. Somebody say, yo, forward. If I'm mad thing, brother, forward now. So I'm saying, oh, Buck, me there on the road, me busy. Look how later I got linking at the night and really. Me say, brother, just forward now, man. African end up forward, come and pressure him for forward, because I just want this song. Cause when I got a vibe, I just want to get it done. You know, then when I'm not guy there, you get me? I just want to complete it. So African end up forward. But when he forward, at the time, there was some complication and that was happening at the time, so we never got to voice it at the time. Even got to voice African's part, nor my part. So we only had the hook. So I said, I'm gonna do my part. So the next day I voiced my part, and I sent it to African with his part. I said, yo, listen, boom, bang, bang. And he said, blood, fire, Bucky Jo, yeah, go on. This sound mad, you get me? Like, you get me? You see, it's a different thing, you get me? Your brain's gone mad again, brother, you get me?
Yeah.
Because the reggae, they a long time from grassroots, before ballet and Clark's books. Long before them a sing on hip-hop, Afrobeats and fast tunes. And he said, brother, that alone, you get me? And then we went back, African forward now to the studio. And he said, Ram, have a look at vibes in the bedroom. And I said, yeah, well now, I never mentioned Jah Thomas in the song, you know. Not my verse, you know. So you have to mention Jah Thomas, you know. We can't left him out, I got beat to, you know, brother, you get me? Because remember we met is a reggae, so we're showing respect to enough veteran artists and producers within the song as well. So we don't want to left out the man who actually create this thing. Yeah. You know, then we're there, we're just revamping it and keeping it alive, you know, then we're there. And we can't leave him out, so African just started. He said, Jah Thomas make the beat drop, it sound like real rock, and that was it. You get me? You get
Sealed
me?
it.
Sealed it. You get me?
What are the key messages that you want your audience to actually take from this new album, Different?
Well, the key messages is within the music. You get me? All the messages is within the music. Because I will try to spread that message within the music. Even if it's a song about how I feel about my lady, you get me? It's the feelings within me. But I know so a lot of people are gravitating to that same feeling because they're feeling the similar feelings, you know, them way there.
Yeah.
So it's just always the message that's I want the people to get out is just the message what's in with music.
I think for me, reggae music has always been about message and meditation.
Definitely, definitely. And that's how I want to listen to the album, with that, you know, that free mind, you know, that message, listen to the message within the music them as well, because it can also teach you a lot. You know, them way there, because we're not just trying to lead the sheep them, you know, them way them, my brother, we're trying to bring them to heights of wiseness. Yeah. Every time.
Every time.
Definitely. So.
Well, I know that the album's available on all digital platforms. Definitely. And I know that it's getting full support from disc jocks across the world as well. We've got videos forthcoming as well, so
we've got more.
It's a great move for you as an artist and as a label as well, Buzwakk Records.
Definitely, we give thanks, we move from strength to strength, and big up Music Links, Links Music, sorry. We got Links Music, you don't know, DJ Zez, Doyan and the whole family, Ted, you don't know. My French connection, you don't know, because we partners and done this album, I can't leave out these guys, because these guys, it's again, there's a mystical vibe out that even happened as well. Because DJ Zez is a selector, has a sound called Music, it's Links Music. And how we linked, he was just voicing dub for me, like this really, man, I fell in love with my vocal and everything. He said to me, yo, I want to voice you, and started voicing a lot of dubs. Me and Lutron had done a combination for him, and he just had a different vibe to me. Then he said to me, yo, I work with a bands man, man, you get me, we do our thing as well, you know, and you get me. I'm going to start producing. I would like to do some work, you know, like work on an EP or album with you.
Okay.
You get me? That's my first project, you get me? So I was like, yeah, no. I can do my own thing, you know, and I don't really like run down and wait, and I said, you know what? It's always good to give people a try, you know them way there. Because at this time there, I couldn't do much for myself at this time, at this point I was going through so much things, so it's like, this is like a mystical blessing. You know them way there? Like, even how we even met, you know them way there? And then to do this album together was a joy, a blessing. And we're always talking on the phone, video call, and yo, do it this way and where, and you get me? Interacting them way
the
there. The
powers of technology.
Definitely, it's amazing. It's brilliant as well, you get me?
Yeah.
It's like when people use it for the right things, you know them way there, and don't mislead it. Misuse it.
Yeah. 2026, what does that have in store for Buzwakk Records and Dapparize? Are you just going to be trying to push this album out as much as you can to all four corners?
Definitely. Keep pushing it, you get me? I'm also going to be working on a dancehall EP. You get me, if the drop for the summer. Okay. You get me, so I'm working on a dancehall EP also, dropping in the summer. Just working shows and stuff, you know, working to get shows, and all the stuff, just keep on doing what I'm doing, you get me, my brother? The musical vibes, what's inside.
A closing message that you want to leave today for the people who've supported you from day one?
Nah, man, I cherish these people there from my heart, you get me? Because I'm a man, I don't really listen to radio too tough. You know, you choose my radio, if I be honest to you. You see me, but I don't really listen to the radio DJs. And the people them, it's amazing to get the response from the people them. They're telling me, say, yo, the song, like, the you know, I listen to your new song and then I'm streaming it and I'm really, and it's brilliant, and you get me? I got people all over the world for some different place. I didn't even know I had even fans in these places. There, you know them where they're, so music's amazing because it spreads and it
spreads far and wide.
Far and wide, brother. You get me? So I got a brethren from Japan, big up my Japan link every time, you get me? Like, this man is a die-hearted Buzwakk fan. Okay. He can tell you like every song I've produced.
Wow.
And he's not even a selector. He just loves music. You get me? And you call me from Japan, "Hey, Bucky Jo, my brother, man, yo, new song, bad, you know, like the old song, Reverence." And he even reminded me of a song that I even forgot I produced. You get me? So it's like, it's amazing that we've got people all over so far and wide, as I said to you, that's in love with what we do.
In love with what we do, yeah. I mean, I went to Japan myself a few months ago, and I was actually amazed at the culture and the vibe of the record shops, some of the dances that I went to there as well. So, as you said, the music spreads far and wide into all four corners.
Yes, definitely, man.
You know,
Definitely, sir.
Yeah. Okay, before we close today, anyone else that we haven't spoken about today that we want to give a big shout out to?
Big up Father God, you know. Every time, you get me? Father make everything possible, you see me? And big up everybody that just keeps supporting Buzwakk. Just give thanks to you all, you know, then big up all the people that's worked with Buzwakk and help endorse Bucky Jo, Dapparize, the whole Buzwakk team, you get me? Big up a real African, my brother for life, you get me? My teacher, you get me? Big up Jimmy London, big up Bonnie Lye Lye, big up Anthony Johnson, you get me? Big up Carly H. Big up everybody that you don't know help contribute to this thing every time, you know. Everybody, you don't know. Everybody I even missed out. I remember you. Don't trust me, I do remember you. You know them way there. So let's big up everybody supporting the thing. There's love and blessings, you get me? Heartbeat music, I say. Love, conquer everything. Reverence.
Bucky Jo, we give thanks from Reggae Interviews
Reverence.
for this reasoning today, and yeah, we're just going to keep pushing out different to all four corners.
Yes,
give thanks.
Give thanks, my brother. Reverence.
Right, respect.
Up for blessings.
Reggae Interviews. Word Sound Power.